freedoms from us every day. They want to come into our homes and take our guns and faith away. Oh, they're insane. Oh, they keep pushing their lies on us every way. If you come for my family, then there's gonna be hell to pay. These colors don't run, and neither do I. We come from a long line of fighting this fight. This flag's gonna fly when it's all said and done. These colors don't run.
Stop, drop, roll, finger on the button, who's got control? Weaponize the news every time I scroll. Come for my guns, but I lock and load. Prime from my hands when I go cold. Pray to the Lord, but they want your soul. They gonna have problems if they come to my home. Till they get my message, I'ma say it slow. Scrolling through the news, anxiety, it starts to hit me. Bible by my pistol by my whiskey, politicking just to trick me. If you want it, come and get me. But if you sliding through that door, it's a Sammy. Fight for the stripes, but the blood still dripping to the grave, all waving and the flag still whipping. They want my liberty, they won't strip it. They want my land, they won't get it. My grandfather's blue collar's dirty and frayed, cause he keeps rolling in his grave for what they did to this place.
These colors don't run. Fly when it's all said and done. These colors don't run. No, these colors don't run. These colors don't.
Hey everyone, good to see you. Good to see you, Darlene, Teacup, Midbot. Good to see y'all. Darlene, how are you doing? Has it started anything? I think they was lying us a little bit. So it's been like 56, 54 all day long. That's to make y'all pay more attention to me. Let me see. Oh, right there, I think. Better? Now can you hear me? That's as loud as I'm going to get it. So y'all going to have to start paying attention. Y'all just going to have to pay attention. I know, Darlene. If it doesn't do anything, praise the Lord, but I'm going to be a little upset because I've been working my butt off for the past 2 days getting everything took care of. And today me and Sky went outside to finish fixing the cats. Well, we call it a condo because Danny and one of my dad's friends made it, and we put hay in it, and some of my clothes that's way too big for me, we stuck them in there. And we spreaded out the hay and everything, and I'm like, Sky says, Mama, it's too warm. Look, I got a t-shirt. I said, I know you got a t-shirt on. I said, I do too. I said, they say they say it's supposed to do something. I said, so we'll just wait. I said, we'll just keep praying. God's turning it away from us. Hey, Sherry, good to see you. I said, just keep praying that it turns it away from all of our family so nobody gets affected. Hey, Cindy, good to see you. Love you. How are you hanging? Alrighty, let's get going. I got more today because I done most of my running around yesterday getting everything ready. Hey, Gator Girl, good to see you. So let's see what we're going. I guess we'll do the news and then the funny clips afterwards. I guess a few. Don't have many news clips, but this is looking at after Gore with his comments to him. I thought this was funny.
Let's bring in Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, who was the guy that Gore was getting all worked up about. What happened, Mr. Secretary?
So I wrote an op-ed in the FT, and it basically said that globalists, offshoring all our manufacturing to cheap labor around the world had failed, and that the World Economic Forum was a failure. But I wrote that op-ed, and so at the end of this lefty, basically a very left set of talks where someone said we need a new form of capitalism, which I think is another way to say communism. And then they let me speak at the end. And I gave a 3-minute talk. And I just talked about my op-ed. And at the end of my talk, one person out of the 200 yelled out, boo. So I look over and I'm like, who booed? And it's Al Gore. And I look at him, I go, really? And he goes, boo. And I'm like, it was the greatest honor of my trip to Davos. I mean, what's better than Al Gore, incapable of discourse, incapable of anything? And you all remember that Al Gore told us that by today in 2025, the whole ice cap would be gone and Greenland would be green.
Now it's red, white, and blue. So the joke's on on Al Gore. So Secretary, tell us, people who've never been to Davos, what's it like? Is Newsom strolling around, or the Europeans walking around with their chests puffed out? What's the food like? Tell us about it.
Okay, so the way it works is you have 900 CEOs. They all come and they all talk to each other. And you get all these world leaders together, the prime minister of everything, the foreign minister of everything, right? Senators. But when you're waiting online, because there's so many people, the senator waits on the back of the line like everybody else.
It's
sort of like unless you're with Donald Trump and in Trump's cabinet, you're just on the line, right? The food is very difficult. It's very difficult. But what happens is everybody speaks to each other and no one says a darn thing. And they've got this whole globalist view that you want to make the world a better place. We got to make the world a better place. And what that means is let's take the richest country in the world and let's pick them apart.
Yeah.
Right? And so what's happened is the United States of America is exporting 4% of our GDP growth to the rest of the world. And that was the deal. And that's what Donald Trump called out. He said, stop this trade deficit. Stop it. We're exporting to everybody else. And as soon as we stopped and he put on tariffs, what happened? Imports went way down. Our exports go way up and our GDP, the growth of our economy, hits 4.3% in the third quarter, just like we said it was. And let me tell you, this quarter, the one we're sitting in right now, we will have over 5%. So the world's largest economy will be the fastest growing economy in the whole wide world because Donald Trump said, I'm sick and tired of exporting our growth to the rest of the world. Let's bring it home. Let's drive our employment. Let's drive our workers' wages. Let's be the greatest economy in the world, and let's let our workers win.
We're teed
and that
up
is exactly what's happening.
for a huge boom in 2026 after everything was re-engineered and Bidenomics was put beneath the ground. So Newsom's over there, and he's posturing. You know, he's throwing around knee pads. You're sitting there with the President of the United States. I mean, is he tolerating this? Are you guys laughing about this? What's going on with this governor?
He's literally laughing. I mean, he's like, you can't believe it, right? I mean, you just can't believe that this guy's going to run for president and he's actually commenting about sex toys and knee pads. I mean, you can't believe it. It's outrageously entertaining. And so the president just has to laugh because what else can you do? You're not going to just, you know the president. He's not going to just shake his head. He's just cracking up going, I can't believe this guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be holding up a knee pad if I were running for president. I'd probably hold up anything except the knee pad. But, Gavin's a California kid. He does what he thinks he needs to do. Enjoy the bugs for dinner, Secretary. And we'll see you back home pretty soon.
Oh, nope. I will not eat no bugs, Christopher. Hey, Christopher, you made it. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're feeling well. Newsom just need. I think he's stalking our president. He's creepy. He's a oily, slick son of a gun. He's not right. Hey, Jeff, Terry. Good to see y'all. My big brothers. Love ya. He's a slime ball. He's creepy. And then finally, we're done with the World Health Organization. Yay! We had to wait a year to finally withdraw from them, or people saying we quit, but I don't consider it we quitting. We just got done with their junk. But here's a little news clip on it talking about us finally leaving it today. Today, we're finally free of WHO, they call it. But we're done with them. Stick a fork in them, they're done.
At the start of COVID, the Angle began exposing the dangers of the United States remaining in the World Health Organization. It's also particularly terrible that China and the WHO did so many things to help this pandemic spread to our shores. Remember, China is co-founder of the World Health Organization, and it provides an enormous amount of funding to it. They seem to be pulling all the strings.
The WHO couldn't be trusted. They still can't be trusted.
Well, lucky for all of us, today is the day the U.S. has finally quit the corrupt World Health Organization. Here to weigh in is Dr. Jay Bhattacharya, NIH Director. All right, Dr.
Well, we
Bhattacharya,
didn't quit.
that's
We
like a
got
trip
done
down
with
memory
them.
lane. I mean, you were
Dang it.
on the show, so often during those horrible dark years of COVID. Why is this so important that this finally happened after Trump announced he'd do this a year ago?
Well, it took a year because there were essentially like legal obligations staying for a year. You have to make the announcement, and then a year later you get to pull out. Why is it important? Because the WHO absolutely failed during the pandemic. And you said, Laura, you absolutely nailed it. They pushed the line that China pushed on the world, on the lockdowns, hiding COVID origins, the whole host of things where they utterly failed. And if you look around the world, are they actually serving the purpose they're supposed to serve? Have they really helped make the world healthier? Is U.S. participation in this organization going to make Americans healthier? I think we all know the answer to that question. The answer is absolutely not. And so I'm tremendously happy that this is happening. I mean, I do think we need to have cooperation with countries around the world, and the Trump administration is working to make sure that we have those bilateral agreements in place for that kind of health cooperation. But we don't need the WHO as an intermediary, essentially to push Chinese interests on the American people.
And Time Magazine, Dr. B, consulted with health experts over this decision to cut ties with the WHO. So the Center for Infectious Disease Research Policy Director, Michael Osterholm, you know him, called Trump's withdrawal one of the most penny-wise and billion-dollar foolish moves he could think of, saying we're squandering huge opportunity, knowledge, information sharing for what?
Well, it's not a question of money, Laura. It's a question of competence, and it's a question of the health interests of the American people. If you have an organization whose track record includes pushing lockdowns, covering up for the Chinese role in the origins of COVID, in essentially taking the Chinese line on topic after topic after topic, pushing still to this day, pushing like lockdown policies that plagued Americans for years. I mean, in theory, it's nice to have a world organization that's functional, that has American interests in mind, the world's health interests in mind. But that is not the organization that we're leaving. The organization we're leaving does not have a track record of success. And America leaving the WHO, I hope, pushes it to reform in good directions. But whatever they do, the United States remains committed to engaging with world countries around the world on topics of interest regarding health. And that's what we've been doing with the Trump administration, is we're making connections with the world in more concrete ways, in ways that serve American interests and the interests of the health interests of the world.
All right, we got to roll, but I remember they were floating the digital health ID certificates, and that was being talked about. I mean, there were so many bad ideas that were coming out of the WHO. They were coming so fast you could almost not even analyze them. But the China connection was the most disturbing. Mr. Director, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much.
So we are officially done with them. Yay! I'm happy. I'm glad they're gone. Gator girl. Here's your Scott Bassett here. Here's your baby Scott Bassett. Best I can do for you today. It's still cute.
Governor Newsom, who strikes me as Patrick Bateman meets Sparkle Beach Ken, may be the only Californian who knows less about economics than Kamala Harris. He's here this week with his billionaire sugar daddy, Alex Soros, and the Davos is the perfect place for a man who, when everyone else was on lockdown, when he was having people arrested for going to church, he was having $1,000 a night meals at the French Laundry, and I'm sure the California people won't forget that. And I can tell my message to Governor Newsom is the Trump administration is coming to California. We are going to crack down on waste, fraud, and abuse. And I was told he was asked to give a speech on his signature policies, but he's not speaking, because what have his economic policies brought? Outward migration from California, a gigantic budget deficit, the largest homeless population in America, and the poor folks in the Palisades who had their homes burned down, he is here hobnobbing with the global elite while his California citizens are still homeless. Shame on him. He is too smug, too self-absorbed, and
You
too
tell him about
economically illiterate to know anything.
Thank you very much.
Let me know if you need any further clarification.
Let me know. I need to break it down more for you about Newscomb. Just let me know there. I'll break it down more. I tried to. He said I tried to make it as simple as I can. He's a scumbag. That's what he should say at the end. He's nothing but a scumbag. And then I found a couple of funny ones that made me laugh today about the weather and about the South, so people can laugh with us instead of at us. 7 minutes, pass it back. Thank you, BitBop. So people can laugh with us, Darlene, instead of at us. So here we go. Here's Scotty Boy.
Storm coming. But that ain't just weather. That's a community-wide IQ test that we fail every time. So here's some tips for you. First rule, if you see the word ice, cancel your confidence. Snow is cute. Snow is for pictures. But ice is a grown man with no job and time to ruin your day. So if your porch looks wet, it ain't wet. That's a trap with shine on it. Don't wait until you hear, "We got one coming" from a random person. As soon as somebody at work goes, "Y'all heard what's supposed to hit," you need to start moving. Because as soon as one person says it out loud, the whole town turns into a Walmart scavenger hunt. Here's a grocery store tip. Go early or don't go at all. If you walk in there at 6 p.m. the night before, you deserve what happens. That store's gonna look like a racetrack. People grabbing stuff with their elbows, breathing hard, eyes wide, like they're fitting to build a bunker out of cinnamon rolls. You get to the bread aisle, ain't nothing left but crumbs and disrespect. There ain't even a label left. Just one lonely loaf looking nervous like, "Please don't pick me." Your shoes matter. Quit acting brand new. Do not walk outside in slides. I don't care if it's just right there. That's how you end up doing a surprise split on the steps. Now your whole day is just you wincing and pretending you're fine. Space heater rule. If it looks like it's been through it, don't plug it in. If the cord's got tape on it, that's not still good. That's a fire drill waiting on a reason. And the last tip, if you hear a tree pop, don't act like you didn't. 'Cause that's not nature. That's a warning. That's the universe telling you to go sit down and stop playing.
Oh man, he nailed it. And then let me see. I found a few more that made me laugh. This lady, I'm not sure where she's from, but she sure does nail it.
Everybody out here picking on the Southerners for panicking over an ice storm, but y'all don't understand. Y'all get that cute Hallmark movie snow. You know, the kind you make snow angels in and sip inside sipping hot cocoa. We get pure ice. The kind where you step outside and immediately meet Jesus. I mean, one wrong step and boom, hip fracture. Dignity completely gone, ambulance on speed dial. Which ain't gonna come because they done slid into a ditch. We are not built for this. We haven't even had a real winter this season yet. It's been like 28 degrees in the morning, but then by 3 p.m. we are in t-shirts questioning every jacket we own. And our city sure ain't prepared. We already know we gonna lose power. Somebody's uncle gonna be outside like it's 1803 rubbing two sticks together trying to start a fire just so they can be warm and maybe heat up a can of beans. We sitting our milk outside in the yard just to make sure it stays cold, charging our phones in the car so we got to have some gasoline for that, cooking dinner like we on an episode of Survivor, Dollar General edition. So no, we are not dramatic. We are getting prepared. Because down here, ice storms do not build character. They build ER waiting rooms.
Oh, Lordy. True, ain't it, Darlene? Everybody else gets that pretty snow. We get the ice or we break something. Oh, Lord, Gator Girl, tell me about it. Walmart, Food Line, the gas stations lined up still today. Even the pharmacy. When I went to go get my antibiotic, I was like, no way. They was wrapped around the building. I was like, oh my Lord. Lord have mercy on me. They are, Gator Girl. I mean, Darlene, they're crazy. I'm like, and then I went to Lowe's because we got Lowe's here. Well, not in my town, but the next town over. They have a Lowe's there. And I'd be darned, I went to go see if we could find some flashlights because I didn't have any. I wasn't thinking. And I knew they wouldn't know the chance of me finding a shovel. Hang that one up. So me and Sky went to Lowe's to try to find this some flashlights, and we couldn't. They was all sold out. Lowe's, a hardware store, a men's store. I mean, everybody come up to me, ma'am, may I help you? I said, yeah, stop calling me ma'am. And I said, well, I'm looking for some flashlights. And they said, well, we're sorry, we sold out 2 days ago. And I said, oh, okay. So me and Sky left to go home, which while we was leaving, they had like stacks of water there. And this man, he had 2 of those like buggies, like you put wood on them to push the wood out to your car. I don't know what you call them thingies, but he had stacks of water on them, and he was trying to push both of them, and I had Sky holding on to her because everybody was driving so crazy, so I couldn't help them, and I was going to put Sky in the car because he'd parked right beside of us. Well, when he was unloading the first thing, this big old truck come by, and 3 people jumped off the back of that truck, and you know they stole all of his water that was on that other cart thing. They threw it in the back of the truck and took off. I was like, what the crap? They're crazy. Hey, Dee, good to see ya. Praying for you, Goldie, and your dad. Hey, Carol, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. But it was blown crazy. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. USA. You listen. Thank you very much. Each and every one of you. Thank you. I got two, but I don't think I'll play the one. But I got another little funny one, but it sort of got music to it. And then we'll go into our education. Chris, you got your notebook and your pen ready? You got to be taking notes because you never know if you get a pop quiz on it. But here's a little funny, little short. It's only a minute and a half. And then we'll go on and get our education on. Good boy. That's good.
We're fixing to have some snowfall. When that happens in the South, we do things different from y'all. We will buy flashlights. I bought some 10 years ago. The last time we had snow, where are they? I don't know. Well, now we have some more because there's zero doubt in our minds that the power is gonna go out. Because we don't have the infrastructure. Power lines are dicey, they snap easily every time it gets icy. We don't have many plows when the forecast is bleak. We go and close our schools for at least 1 week. And we will panic buy groceries. We like milk and bread. We probably should buy non-perishables instead. But here in the South, we like milk and bread the most. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we are having French toast. And we will drive like morons. Turn into the skid you demand. To be honest, it's a concept that we do not understand. You'll give us driving tips, but no matter what you say, we will not do it right. It's not in our DNA. And we don't have any scrapers. Ever since I was a bachelor, scrape my windshield with the big metal spatula. That ruins glass, so I may as well walk. And we'll treat the walkway with some iodized salt. We know what y'all are thinking. We're doing it wrong. We know we do it wrong. That's the point of this song. We will buy milk and bread. We will all lose power. We will get in car wrecks driving 3 miles an hour. We all have the wrong coats, but that will not bother mommy. She will put on everything we own like Joey Tribbiani. But in spite of all this, every year we all pray.
That last one looks like Sky. Lord, she dreads it. She says, Mama, I'm not going to be able to breathe. She says, I'm not going to be able to breathe for a week. Because I put her snowsuit on, I put her jackets on, I put her hoodies on, I put her boots on. I put about 5 or 6 pairs of socks on her, plus her gloves and her hats and her raincoat, and then her slippers that goes over her snow boots so her feet don't get. She says, Mama, I'm gonna pray you lose all this. Oh, she complains when it's cold and I just bundle her up. Just wait until the snow gets here. She's going, oh Lord. She's already praying that her winter clothes disappears. But I thought that was cute and funny. The last one reminded me of Sky. And the salt reminded me of me. I did. I ain't gonna say. The ones that knows. Okay. We're as ready as we can get, D. Everything here is empty. My cousin did come by while I was cooking, and Well, first time he brought me some AA batteries for the flashlights he got me, and they was the wrong size. I needed the baby ones, the AAA ones, and he stopped by a hardware store and where he got the other batteries because we can't find any at the stores here. And he picked up a pack of AAA and he brought them back, and he ate supper with me and Sky. Him and Brennix, Joy, he stopped by. So I'm as ready as I can get. I don't know. I don't know. we're just going by the seat of our britches, aren't we, Darlene? We ain't never been in such. Okay. Let's get our education on. So because I know she's working on something. So let's get this done so she can go and do what she needs to do.
All have never years of the people in order to form a more perfect union. House divided. Everyone was working in relation to peace. To each other, our lives, our fortune, and our sacred honor.
Today, America celebrates 250 years of one of the most legendary military forces in the history of the world, the United States Marine Corps. On November 10th, 1775, the Second Continental Congress passed a resolution to raise 2 battalions of Continental Marines. These first Marines fought for our independence on land and at sea, taking on the mightiest naval force in the history of the world, from the coast of Maine to the islands of the Bahamas to England itself. Since then, the Marines have fought hand-to-hand at Belleau Wood, stormed the beaches of Tarawa, and prevailed over foes in Fallujah and across Afghanistan. The Marine Corps has always been the tip of the spear of America's military dominance, the first to fight. Now, that reputation helped inform my own decision to enlist in 2003. And as former Commandant General Chuck Krulak said, the Marine Corps does 2 great things for our country. It wins battles, and it makes Marines. Now, as with countless other young men and women who served, my time in the Marines taught me the value of discipline, responsibility, resilience, and duty. More than anything, I'm grateful to the Marine Corps for the lessons it instilled in me about sacrifice and for the lifelong friends I made. On this 250th birthday of the Corps, we commemorate its history by honoring every Marine who stood the watch and by solemnly remembering those who gave their last full measure of devotion. We also commit to the future. America will endure because her Marines will never fail her. Semper Fidelis, Marines. Happy birthday.
our sacred honor.
When we think of the American Revolution, we often think of the famous battlefields of Valley Forge and Saratoga, of muskets and Minutemen, of the Boston Tea Party, and Paul Revere's Midnight Ride. But there was another war, albeit one kept under wraps and waged in the shadows. But a war that was no less dangerous than the kind fought on horseback, as cannonballs whistled overhead. By November 1776, mere months after the signing of the Declaration of Independence, the Continental Army had endured heavy losses and a punishing string of setbacks in New York and New Jersey. In Long Island, roughly 1,300 Americans were killed, wounded, or captured. At Fort Washington, General Washington was forced to surrender roughly 3,000 men. In the 5 major battles between August and November of 1776, the Continental Army was reduced to fewer than 5,000 men inside a candlelit tent along the New York Harbor. Following the catastrophic defeat at the Battle of Long Island, General Washington confronted a grim reality. Surrounded, outnumbered, and outmaneuvered, he asked his officers for the unthinkable. Do we have any other options? Silence followed. They all knew the truth. Only a miracle could save them. In the months that followed, the mightiest military power in the world drove the beleaguered American forces from the New York region, pushing them through New Jersey and nearly to the brink of collapse. Supplies were scarce, spirits were low, and time was running out. In the winter of 1776, Washington's crossing at Trenton and Princeton were astonishing victories, but these achievements alone could not reverse the tide of the war. The British Army had captured New York, a critical stronghold for trade and transportation, and turned Manhattan into a fortress. New York, without exaggeration, is the pivot on which the entire Revolution War turns, said John Adams himself. And without the city, and without intelligence from inside its gates, Washington knew the American cause would not survive. He needed eyes, he needed ears, he needed spies. From this necessity was born one of the most audacious and consequential acts of espionage in our nation's history. The Culper Spy Ring, headquartered in British-occupied New York City, this 6-person intelligence network changed the course of the Revolutionary War and the fate of our new nation. Washington turned to a young officer named Benjamin Talmadge, codenamed John Bolton. Talmadge replaced General Charles Scott, whose approach to espionage had been blunt and rather unimaginative. Scott would dispatch lone scouts on one-way missions across enemy lines, hoping they'd return with scraps of intelligence. It was a gamble, and one that too often failed. The execution of Lieutenant Nathan Hale, who was caught, tried, and sentenced to death within the span of 12 hours, was a grim case in point. Talmadge suggested a new approach to Washington. Instead of risking the lives of uniformed officers by sending them behind enemy lines, why not gather intelligence through unsuspecting allies who already lived in British-occupied territory, creating a network of spies living among the British? Washington agreed with the Talmadge strategy and appointed him chief of intelligence. Talmadge was only 24, but he knew both the people and the landscape on Long Island well, which would prove to be invaluable. Major Talmadge immediately began creating a tight-knit ring of embedded operatives working silently beneath the surface in the British-occupied Long Island. What became known as the Culper Spy Ring was the most successful spy network on either side of the war. Talmadge's recruits were not particularly well trained. Indeed, these informants consisted primarily of old friends he had made while growing up in Setauket, Long Island. They were farmers, merchants, and laborers. Their intelligence network operated successfully in and around New York City for 5 years. No spy's true identity was revealed, not to General Washington, not even amongst one another. There was Abraham Woodhull, a young New York farmer, who ferried messages under the name Samuel Culper Sr. His counterpart, Samuel Culper Jr., was Robert Townsend, who wrote for a loyalist newspaper while secretly reporting to Washington. Austin Rowe, a tavern keeper, carried messages hidden in saddlebags. Caleb Brewster, a defiant seaman, rowed across the Long Island Sound to deliver intelligence to the commander-in-chief himself. Among the company of double agents, there was also a woman, her identity still unknown, codenamed Agent 355, a lady shrouded in mystery. She seduced secrets from the lips of British soldiers. According to speculations, it was Agent 355 who relayed the critical information that ultimately exposed the treasonous actions of Benedict Arnold. Lastly, there was James Rivington. When the early sparks of the revolution ignited into open war in 1775, Rivington found himself squarely in the crosshairs. His New York print shop, once a hub of Loyalist literature, was ransacked, torched by the Sons of Liberty. Fearing for his safety, Rivington fled to England. But exile didn't last. By 1777, he was back in New York, quietly reopening his business. This time just steps from the dry goods store of a discreet patriot named Robert Townsend. Something had changed after Rivington's return, whether it was a genuine conversion, a practical play for profit, or frustration with the Crown censorship, especially its muzzling of Rivington's attempt to criticize General Howe, remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that sometime in late 1778, the once loyal English-born printer began to operate under the noses of British officers, feeding sensitive communications to the Culper's spy ring. Now, to the world, Rivington was a first-rate loyalist, owner of one of New York's most prominent coffee houses, editor of the Royal Gazette, and personal printer to the King's most excellent majesty. The Gazette famously published biting satire against the American cause. His coffee house, nestled in the heart of British-occupied New York, became a veritable nest of loose-lipped British officers. Rivington's outward loyalty to the British made him the perfect spy. No one suspected the outspoken Tory to slip coded messages inside book bindings and pass them along to Robert Townsend. To protect the ring of spies, he commanded, Major Talmadge crafted a system of extraordinary precision, and given that names were too traceable, assigned each of his spies a code number in their encrypted communications. In total, 763 numerical identities were created, each site for protecting a patriot. Rivington was 726 in the Culper Code Book. Only once secrecy was no longer needed did it become public knowledge that this apparent traitor to America had in fact been one of its fiercest defenders. Information flowed from New York City northward to General Washington's camp in New Windsor, threading its way through miles of British-controlled territory. The operation began with Austin Rowe, who would make the long ride from Long Island into Manhattan under the guise of routine business. There, in the quiet of Townsend's shop, Rowe would place an innocuous order, one encoded with Washington's prearranged phrases, which Townsend had received via courier from headquarters. The request, signed by Talmadge under his alias John Bolton, triggered the next phase. Rowe concealed the dispatches by folding them among the merchandise. Anna Strong, a local, would hang a black petticoat on her clothesline, visible for the Long Island Sound to alert Caleb Brewster, the Continental Army's boatman. The series of handkerchiefs indicated the precise cove where Brewster could land under cover of night. Brewster would then ferry the intelligence across the Sound and into the hands of Talmadge. The process spanned 2 weeks, from beginning to end. Through painstaking observation, the Culper spies uncovered a devastating British scheme of economic sabotage. Thousands of forged Continental dollars were being printed in New York and smuggled across enemy lines. The British were deliberately devaluing American currency, aiming to wreck the fragile economy of the nascent republic. Washington responded swiftly, shutting down the counterfeit circulation routes and launching efforts to stabilize the currency. It was an invisible victory, but without it, the revolution may well have buckled under the weight of economic ruin. But that was only the start of the Culper spies' successful espionage. In 1778, the Culper spy ring obtained the British Naval Code Book and delivered it to French Admiral d'Estaing. With the vital intelligence, the French were able to anticipate British naval movements in American waters, enabling d'Estaing's fleet to evade traps, strike more effectively, and secure critical victories at sea, culminating in naval dominance that helped corner British forces at Yorktown. General Clinton and Admiral Graves were assembling a force of 9 warships and nearly 10,000 troops with plans to strike Rochambeau's soldiers in a surprise assault. Acting swiftly, Major Talmadge relayed the intelligence through trusted channels to deliver the intelligence directly to the French officers in Newport. Simultaneously, Hamilton rushed word to Lafayette and Washington, and they devised a successful scheme to divert the British forces back towards New York. What could have been a crushing British blow was thwarted through daring espionage. Most famously, the spies uncovered the treachery of Benedict Arnold, exposing his plan to surrender West Point to the British. Had Arnold's mission succeeded, West Point would have fallen into British hands. The Hudson River would have been severed, the colonies divided, and the revolution itself smothered in its cradle. It's no exaggeration to say that the course of the American Revolution, indeed the very existence of the United States, turned on messages no one could see, sent by men whose names history almost forgot. The British intelligence officer, Major George Beckwith, put it this way: Washington did not really outfight the British, he simply outspied us. It may be more accurate to say Washington outfought the British because he outspied them. The heroes of the Culper spy ring operated undercover, without recognition, without reward, and at immense personal risk. When the war ended, they sought no fanfare for their covert acts of courage. Indeed, several of their identities were not confirmed for nearly 2 centuries. It is tempting to read history as the dramatic tale of generals and statesmen presiding over events of grand significance, as the forces of destiny itself seem to bend according to their will. Victory in the American Revolution was achieved not only on the battlefield, but in back rooms and back alleys, from code letters and clever disguises. The heroes of the Culper Ring did not seek glory, they sought freedom. Their courage reminds us that the fate of a nation can hinge on the quiet work of brave men and brave women who may forever remain unseen, unheralded, and unnamed. Today, we remember and honor their quiet courage and their willingness to risk their lives for this new nation. Their stories and names will not be forgotten.
That's right, never forgotten. Okay. Okay, Sky, your education's over with. Welcome, Carrie. Good
Howdy,
to see you.
everybody. You know, that's my favorite Revolutionary War story, is the story of the spies and how they got Benedict Arnold and all of them, how Washington started the numbers. And yeah, that's a big how do you do, you know. That was the main reason we won, because, like you said, Washington outsmarted him with the espionage. But they had ferry boats, and the guys that took the ferries back and forth, they would deliver messages and everything else. You know, it's just and I like the clothesline that the lady went out from the bar that she run and hung the clothes up in that order because she would hear stuff in the lounge in the bar. It's awesome.
Tracy, welcome.
Hey, Tracy.
Thank you.
Hey, Carrie. Hey, Tina.
There was a truck driver. Go ahead.
Teddy, come here. Tina wants to say hi. Come here. Come here, everybody. Say hi to everybody. Teddy.
He don't want to say hi.
He ran.
Yeah.
Hey, Teddy.
Hey, Teddy. Hey, buddy.
Hey, say hi to everybody.
Chris Bear, stop threatening you, or I'm gonna come visit.
Oh, he was threatening Teddy again today.
Oh, heck no. No, he didn't.
Shame on him.
Shame, shame,
Yeah, I
shame,
saw a
shame.
truck
Everybody
driver
knows
today.
your
He said he
name.
went to a truck stop in the Carolinas and saw about 3 Mexicans running around getting stuff, running, hurrying around in their car. And they say, "Hey, whoa, guys, what you in such a hurry for?" And they said, "We hear a lot of ice is coming."
Boom, chakalaka.
Boom, shakalaka, boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Load them up. Load them up. Load them up. Load them up.
Load them up. Move them out.
Yep. Load them up. Move them out.
Yeah.
And any friends they have with them.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. We have our hurricanes and they'd empty the stores out down here. But up there, you don't have to worry about it spoiling like we do down here. Buy that stuff, it all spoils when the power goes out. You can freeze it outside there.
Yeah, I was in the 70s here today, and it's going to be in the 40s tomorrow.
Yeah. But it's not supposed to cool down here till it's supposed to be 80 tomorrow too. But Tuesday
Oh, heck.
Tuesday of next week.
I still got to see it to believe it. I think they're tricking us because
They're
it was
tricking us.
56 here. It was 56 here today. I had a t-shirt on, and Sky had a t-shirt on, and she looked at me and she says, "Mama, it's supposed to be a big storm." I said, "That's what they say, baby girl." Sun was shining.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, everything looks so good. That's what they say. It's always the calm before the storm.
Yeah, well, it's raining now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
So you're
that's what
you're starting to get it.
I don't know the temperature here now, but it did hit 56, I promise. Because I was like, "Oh man, this feels so good."
I think this afternoon when I was in the truck, it was showing like almost 80 degrees today.
That's right. Part is, Bonzo, we got to worry about all that stuff spoiling. Pain. That's the worst part of like a hurricane. It gets hotter
Yeah,
afterwards.
that's what Sky says. Sky says, "Mama, what are we gonna do with the milk and my water and your Mountain Dew?"
It'll stay cold.
Well, honey, if it's ice or if it's snow, I said, "We'll just stick it down in it."
That's right.
Mama, that's not
Na-
right. I said,
nature's
well,
nature's freezer. Nature's freezer. That's one good thing.
yeah, she's like, "Mama, that's not right."
You
I
just
said,
got to work.
"If it works, it works."
Yeah, you just got to worry about warming yourself up.
Well, if we lose power, we got to worry about Chris's the battery for his IV. Charging up
Yeah.
his battery for his IV.
Does it
But
have
He
I've
said
got the
something
power
about
things
that.
in my truck, so we can do it out there.
power
So
inverter? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Does it have replacement? Did it have? Yeah, it's a little late now, but does it have? Yeah. Talk, Carrie. Replacement batteries.
no, it's just
Charger
the little pump for the IV.
Yeah.
It's he has to have it for. It's got the built-in battery. You got to charge it every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's like my portable oxygenator. I got to keep it charged up because it don't have replaceable battery in case I need it.
You about heard me crash. I about fell out of the chair. Did y'all? I don't know if this is AI or not, I'm gonna play it, but it's the Black Panthers saying that they're not going to stand in the way of us or anyone getting the illegals. So they're turning their backs on the Democrats now. I don't know. Maybe y'all can tell me if it's AI. It come from C-SPAN.
Our stance is, for illegals. We're not going to step in front of that. That's not our fight. That has nothing to do with us. We're not going to step into that fight and going through the community defending somebody that we didn't even want to be here.
So what do y'all
That's
think
right.
about
That's exactly right. They
That's
are
probably
totally.
right. That's probably real.
They hate people coming in and taking their jobs. That's what they've been against the whole time.
I didn't know. I just thought they loved the Democrats and they would protest and protect the
they don't like to
protesters.
No, that's been their fighting thing. People taking over the Mexicans and immigrants taking over their jobs for lower pay and cutting them out of work for
Hello,
forever,
Shelley.
ever since Eisenhower.
Hey, Shelly, good to see ya. Love ya.
Hey, Shelley. I've been talking so much today. I'm getting raspy.
Yeah, Kelly, wasn't that guy that was running for mayor against the that one wasn't he Democrat or Republican and a Black Panther?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't. I'm trying to watch what I say. I promised someone I wouldn't talk about myself. I'll check in on that, Tracy. Does that work?
So I was watching stuff in Minneapolis today, and all of a sudden, all the cameras went out. I mean, everybody quit videoing.
Okay, then.
They ended up at the Tarjay Stadium or something, and
Oh yeah.
then it just went dark.
Oh no, I haven't been watching much of it because I've been trying to make sure.
Yeah, Quincy and whoever was with him they were being followed today.
Yeah, they were.
Good night, Dee.
Good
I
night,
think
Tracy, you and
Good night,
Goldie
Derek.
and your dad.
Goldie, and your dad. I hope everybody watched Shirlene or just a little bit earlier. She was explaining, what was going on,
Oh yeah.
and it's not dire, but she deserves a tip. Whoa, what was that?
Oh no.
I went really high there. She deserves a charity, if anybody, Yeah, I know, darling. A lot of us were. I'm just, for the ones that weren't. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it, and she'll explain herself. I had something really important in mind, and it must have been a lie.
No, that's not it because I forget things all the time. That means you're just cool. That means
Cool.
you're cool when you
I'm a
forget
cool,
things.
cool cat.
Yeah, you're cool.
Yeah, I had somebody tell me last night I was trying to impersonate Kenny Rogers. Kenny
What do
Rogers
you mean?
impersonated me.
What did they mean you trying to
My
impersonate him?
icon, my little icon. I went on Tommy Tatum last night.
Oh.
Yeah, I had fun. Fun.
I try to avoid situations like that.
Do what?
I said I avoid situations like that because he's isn't his chat filled with trolls?
Oh, his chat is full of trolls. Full of trolls. But he's a conservative.
Yeah, I know he's conservative. I just avoid him. Me
I like
personally.
I like messing with him. Yeah, I told
really
that one gal that was harassing me. I says, well, that's quite a compliment, really, because AI did that. I didn't do it. AI must think I look like Kenny Rogers. Am I right or wrong?
They say AI knows everything.
That's right.
They say it.
Yeah, they won't argue. They can argue with AI.
Yep.
But I do have some stories. I've been told that all my whole life, and I keep saying no, 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 no. Yeah, my wife used to have fun with that.
Oh, I better not. I was gonna tell. I was gonna tell a lie. But I better not until this storm passes.
Uh-oh. You gonna make fun of me? Are you gonna make fun of me?
No, I was gonna tell. I was gonna say something about me, but I better wait until the storm passes.
Oh no. I heard that you was definitely gonna get ice.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
She left the chat. I mean, she left the panel.
Oh, Tracy. Well, she might have got booted off. It's been a while since she's been up. Brian Slocum said it, so when he talks, it pretty much happens. And then we had early this morning, woke me up, somebody knocking on my door. Early, probably about 7:00 in the morning. They was knocking on my door, and I didn't work today because I did everything yesterday to prepare my patients, my 3 patients. So my boss told me to take today off to make sure I got everything took care of for my family. And about 7:00 this morning, somebody knocking on the door, and I opened it up, and it was the fire department. They was going around to people's house to let them know that that they needed to stay home and only leave if it's a true emergency, and to call 911 if we needed them, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We only got volunteer fire.
Try to stay off the roads.
Yeah, they just talked to us, and they went to my dad's. They just went to everybody's house, because we're just a small little town.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, we had one right by us. Well, I worked a store there, right by the volunteer fire department. That was always going off. Well, every day at noon went off anyway. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, I didn't get off of that channel until 5 o'clock in the morning.
Goodness.
I said, well, look, that was 5 o'clock. Oh my goodness. I was having a good old time. Had Spin City was on with us too, and you know, he's one of those that restreams.
I was getting into at that time of the morning. I was getting into my next gear.
Yeah, that's right. You should have asked the fire department for a flashlight. They should have all kinds in stock. That and yeah. Well, volunteer, I don't know. You know, but
Yeah,
they should have.
I didn't
They'll
even think
probably,
about it.
yeah, they got the fire alarms and the flashlights and all that stuff that they have.
Yeah, I should have asked them, but I wasn't thinking about it
Yeah, I know. That's
because that was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I started thinking, making my checklist off in my head what I had and what I might need just to make sure, because this would probably be my last time going out.
And you always forget your most important.
Yep.
Yeah, keep your phones charged up so you can use the flashlight in the phone if, you know, worst comes, you know, push comes to shove. Because, you know.
Oh, bit back. Don't even. That stuff's nasty. I'd be, hot chocolate would have, but I had to get out. Well, I had to change my clothes before I answered the door because I had Mickey Mouse pajamas. That guy got me last year. They're fuzzy, they're warm, and I had them on, and people makes fun of me. So I had to change. They knocked for good 2-3 minutes at the door. It's a wonder they didn't just leave. But I guess they seen my car. But I had to change my clothes before I answered the door because if it was like a family, they would have called me because I don't like people just showing up, at the house.
Yeah, the Coleman lights. I have a couple plastic looks like that. Yeah, got them at Home Depot.
Well, Sherry, that sounds nice. My mom, I remember when we was little and we had one pretty good snowstorm I know of that knocked the power out for a while. She had them like little lamps that you put oil in them, and they're glass, like got a glass globe on it that's sort of big at the bottom and goes small at the top.
Yeah.
With a wick in them. I don't know what they call them.
Hourglass lamps.
Yeah, she had them sitting in the living room, in the kitchen, and in the dining room, and then in my room. In each room, she had one. And then in the bathroom, we had like a flashlight. But in the big rooms.
When I was a youngster, all we had was those oil lamps. My grandpa worked on the railroad, and he always gave
You
us
did,
some.
Darlene? Oh, I'm jealous. I remember them, and I remember when my mom would put them out, and I'm weird. I thought it smelled good. She would just look at me like you're crazy.
Yeah, we had a place under our house. It was about it was probably about 4 foot high. 4 foot high, and Dad had it fixed up for like a storm shelter. And excuse me. things like that, you know.
Hey, Diane, good to see you.
Hello, Diane.
But Joey brought when he brought the batteries, he brought me and Sky 2 flashlights, so we're good. I believe best we're going to be at this time, at this point of the mission. We're as good as we can be.
I don't know whether I told Cindy hi or not, but hello. Yeah, my follower joined me in Jamie's chat today. You know, I told him to meet me. I told him to meet me in Sean's later. I don't know whether I'm going to make that or not. Yeah, you can hear me.
Yeah, you sound sort of congestive or
Yeah.
rattly.
Yeah, it's not right.
I think we finally blocked them out here. I think I haven't.
They just like to intimidate me. Try to. It don't work. I'm solid.
Nope. If they come in here, we'll just pray for them.
That's right. That's what I prayed for them then too.
Y'all remember this. I know I'm not the only one that has done this. I'm glad this lady does it too. But I know I'm not the only one that does this right here. Y'all, people from the north may laugh at this, but this is a southern thing that we do. You may think we got dropped on our heads, but it works. It works. Kerry can probably vouch for this because he's been up here in North Carolina during bad weather.
I just want to remind you, when you go to the grocery store, you're going to want to save your grocery bags. You already know why, but I'm just going to remind you. You're going to need them to put over your shoes and to put over your gloves to make them waterproof. Remember? It's been a long time since we got us a good snow down here in the South. We don't need that snow gear like them people up north need, and a lot of times we don't spend a lot of money on it. But you get you a grocery bag, honey, a Walmart bag, or in my day it was a Winn-Dixie bag because we got all our groceries from Winn-Dixie. And you tie that sucker around your shoes, and you go out and have your good old time sledding. You got some of them cotton gloves. Go ahead and put you a bag over top of them. Waterproofed. It's a good makeshift way to make it down here in the South. You know, when we get those 1 to 2 good snows in a decade. Why am I talking about a decade? It's been since '93 since we had a blizzard. And another thing that works real good is bread bags. Bread bags work too. So when y'all get done making your milk sandwiches, save them bread bags. Those work too. Now, I hope y'all left me a loaf of bread out there at Walmart. I better get out there and check. So what do you think? You think we're going to really get it this time?
You ever done that, Kerry?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I have.
Even up in Ohio, Mom used to take the bread bags and we'd use them.
Even like whenever I had my foot surgery, I would take a grocery bag and tie it around it, and then I'd put duct tape around it and take a shower. I said, I'm not wasting money on buying all that stuff.
Right. Yeah. Those Dollar General bags, they come in handy for a lot of things. I always grab a whole handful when I go in there because they don't care.
Schools and government are closed here until
I'm gonna mute
Tuesday,
a second,
Cindy
guys.
said. Okay. Oh, yeah, Sherry. We had Marita Marita was there, and bunny bread. I still like bunny bread. I think it's the softest. It bounces back. Okay, let me see if I see anything else right here. Oh, yeah, we got time for this one. This is Johnny. Johnny went to go visit New York to find out how New Yorker liberals grade Trump on his first year. And you know what? After all these protests, you know how I say I like that shark furry? But I think I found me a new furry buddy. Believe it or not, they're winning me over. Listen to this one and see what y'all think. I think this furry is really a mega.
Donald Trump's first year in office, how did he do?
There are some furries who like him and some who don't. Not very good. Bad.
I'm really worried about the future of this country.
These people are a mess. What have you heard that he's done?
Met with Mom Donnie. Put efforts towards peace treaties.
Kept the lines of communication open with Russia.
Russia, if you're listening. The border's closed now. ICE is deporting illegal aliens. Do you feel safer?
No. We should have more open borders.
He's doing the right thing. If people are committing crimes and they're citizens, should we send them back to their country too?
Well, if they were born here, this is their country.
Huh?
I don't feel safe with ICE around.
Why not?
Anyone can become an ICE member.
What job are you applying for?
Media.
Can anybody be in media?
A lot of people could be in media, yeah.
So why can't anybody be an ICE agent?
Okay, I still don't believe that anyone should be an ICE agent.
It feels like nasty.
Why does it feel nasty?
Because of the things he says.
What has he said?
I can't quote anything he said.
Well, then how do you know?
I've heard him saying racist things.
Like what?
Please don't ask me. Like, I really don't.
Brainwashed.
I would give them a quote. How would you deport criminal illegal aliens?
I don't know if I would actually.
I would let them stay.
What if they rob your house?
I would go, to the police.
So when the police come, what do you think they're going to do with the illegal alien that robbed your house?
In that case, they might deport them.
Listen to the people and what they want.
Trump's listening to what the people want. He ran on deporting illegals. He won on deporting illegals, and now he's deporting illegals.
Oh, wait.
11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it.
Trump has also ended wars. Israel, Palestine.
That sounds incredible. I don't know. It seems like the conflict is still ongoing.
See,
why would you say the conflict
that furry is a good furry.
I haven't kept up with it. Gaza's already destroyed, so
Trump wants to build it up.
Well,
I could hang with that
You're gonna be in love
furry.
with it. I did very well with real estate.
How did you feel about the tariffs?
From my perspective, a little bit understandable.
So you weren't panicking?
I can't afford that. I have PTSD. I'm panicking already all the time. They didn't really affect my life.
Didn't affect your life?
No, not personally.
Well, the Democrats went wild. They said it'd affect your life. You're going to be in trouble.
You think I'm a Democrat? Why are you being so mean?
I don't think that, international policy should be done this way.
Well, how do we prevent the United States from getting ripped off?
This country is doing incredibly well financially.
Got him! Trump also cut a lot of government waste, saving you money.
I like saving money.
Elon Musk, stay the out of his government.
Did you want to pay for Sesame Street in Iraq?
We did enough to Iraq, so let them have Sesame Street.
Oh my God, no way. I didn't hear about that.
I didn't know that. I just, you're telling me now for the first time.
How did you feel when you found out Trump captured Maduro?
Oh, I actually don't know much about that. I'm not really sure who Maduro is. I don't know who that, I don't know.
He didn't capture him, he kidnapped him. And he's loved
That's
by
a
his
nail
people.
polish. Maduro is loved by his people?
Yes, he is.
The Venezuelans are elated.
The few that you are talking to, the masses who I know.
How many Venezuelans do you know?
I'm just paying attention through, I can't give you a number right now.
Good luck.
What grade would you give Donald Trump's first year in office?
A C.
I give him C-.
Anything under F.
F. B+. An F.
I would give myself an A+.
Do you know who I am?
No, I don't.
Here's Johnny.
Oh my goodness!
See, now isn't that furry so sweet? Oh, I
Now,
think I could get along with her.
you had to play that right at the end where you opened my brain up. That's why the furries, they wear those outfits. They wear those outfits because they want them to look non-lethal, you know, so they won't send the insurrection team in there.
Yeah, but she was a good furry.
Yeah, there are some good furries.
I might could be friends with her. Maybe.
There's some of them just disillusioned, you know, they don't know what to think. They're taught one thing in school and somebody else is telling them something else, you know, and they, who do I believe? I got to believe the school. I mean, you know, they can't be wrong. They're just, I mean, they're the school, right?
Yeah. I believe Johnny kind of caught a few of them off guard and made them think a little bit. Especially that
Right.
one guy. He's like had his mouth open like, uh-oh.
He was like, duh. It was like that one guy with
That
his
makes a
son that
little
looks like
sense there.
that one guy that has his son that looks like a moron standing there.
That's right, Party Bonza. One good furry out of a million.
That's right. That's right. Most of them are, you know, really.
I know
Really
that.
out of
That's
it.
why when I was looking through and I seen it a furry there at the beginning, I was like, "Oh Lord,
But she had
do
the
I
she had
really?"
she wasn't in a balloon. She was actually in the fur, so she's probably this will keep me warm. That kind
I
of
was like, "Do I
mentality,
really
you know.
want to put myself through that one?" And then when I listened, when she first started, I said, "Oh, she sounds pretty decent, I guess, considering to be a furry."
Yeah, that they hear all these liberal talking points in the news saying, you know, that the Venezuelans loved him, you know, and they voted him in. Yeah, with their sorry tabulations. They had the crooked machines.
You're crooked something,
Hmm.
I tell you.
Yep. Well, guys, been a pleasure. Thank you, Tina.
You're
Love you
welcome.
guys.
Thank
Love
you
all of
for
you.
joining me.
Love you too. Yep. You have a good night, and y'all stay safe in this when that starts icing. And like
We will.
Barry said, if you got to get on the road, drive on the edge, one tire off, one tire on, and watch out for those tar strips that go across where they slice the tar off on the side, because you will go round and round and round. So that said, good night, all.
Good night. Be safe. Okay, family. Good night, sweet dreams, and please be safe out there. Stay warm, be safe, and if I'm not on, then you know we lost power. But I love each and every one of you. Gator Girls on tomorrow night. So go join her and hopefully I'll be back Sunday. But we love each and every one of y'all, and remember, keep Teacup in your prayers. Dee's dad and Goldie, Julius, Jared, Charlene, and anyone that crosses your mind that I might have forgot. I mean, you know me. I'm special. But keep every one of our chat family members in your prayers. And if God places someone's name on your mind or on your heart, stop and pray. And I will hopefully see y'all in Gator Girls chat tomorrow. Love y'all.
step I take, every stride I make, I look around, sometimes I feel alone. Think about this life I live, only so much time to give. I'm on the run into the unknown. The line I'm walking's a straight one, outsiders say it ain't fun. I'm not here to impress anyone. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard path in life can be a lonely one. Not too many walk this road I'm on. This road I'm on. Head down since I left town, sorry for the letdown. Don't know the next time that I'll be around. When I ask myself why I do what I do, there's a couple reasons, yeah, I can count a few. To all the ones that are proud of me, to all the ones that doubted me, thanks for watching my dreams become reality. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard path in life can be a lonely one. Not too many walk this road I'm on. This road I'm on. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard